ReefBum is sponsored by Bulk Reef Supply and Ecotech Marine. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to my December live coral sale on a Thursday night. This is the second time I'm doing it on a Thursday night. I think that worked out pretty well. The last go around in October, I don't know, maybe it's because I used to do rapping on Thursday nights and people thought it was rapping coming on. And so, but I don't know, I kind of like it better, I think, on a weeknight versus a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. How's everybody doing out there? Thanks for joining. Really appreciate you folks tuning in. I got a nice little live sale tonight. It's not a ton of corals. There's 71 corals, but there's some quality stuff in the live sale. So I felt like, you know what, let's try to sneak one in before the holidays. And speaking of the holidays in terms of shipping and all that stuff, my goal with the live sale frags that anybody buys tonight and through Sunday. So part of the deal is that if anything that doesn't get sold tonight will still remain on sale through this Sunday, December 10th. But what I'm trying to get to, hey, what's happening there, Tree City Reaper? What I'm trying to get to is that I really want to ship out all the orders next Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because I don't want to ship the following week. It's getting too close to the holidays, and UPS will be really under the gun, and that makes me a little bit nervous. So if you don't think you could take delivery of your frags at some point next week, then yeah, just take note of that. Take note of that. I'd rather not hold on to them until after the holidays. So I really just want to ship next week and then be done with it, and try to avoid the week before Christmas. So with that, let's so that's kind of part of the what's going on here in terms of the rules of the road. But if you want to look at the detailed rules, just visit my website, reefbum.com. live sale, and you'll see all the detailed rules, which we'll kind of go over briefly here. If you want to purchase corals that you see on the live sale, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through video of each frag that's up for sale in this live sale. And what you do is to go and actually make the purchase, you go to the website reefbum.com/shop live sale. It is essentially the WYSIWYG section of my website. So you can actually type in that URL, or you could just go to the WYSIWYG section of my website. Excuse me. And each frag after the video rolls on YouTube will appear on the website. And you can't just put the frag in your shopping cart and think you've got it. You actually have to go through the checkout process. So put it in your shopping cart, follow through on the checkout process. If you don't have a shipping module, then you'll pay for shipping on the checkout process. And then if you want to buy another frag, you could just, and you've already purchased a shipping module, or you already paid for shipping, which it will automatically charge you shipping if you don't have a shipping module, if you're under 350 bucks. If you do that and you want to continue to add frags throughout the live sale, then just select the adding to order option for shipping, and you won't get charged again for shipping. Sometimes it happens in terms of folks making that mistake and paying multiple times for shipping. Don't sweat it. I will make good and refund any additional shipping purchases that you make during the live sale. It won't happen tonight. It'll happen tomorrow when I sift through all the orders. So all of you folks that make purchases tonight, you will be hearing from me tomorrow to set up a ship date. I think I mentioned there's 71 corals in the live sale. They're going to have item numbers, and that's how you kind of follow along on the WYSIWYG section of the website. Already talked about the just don't expect if you put it into the cart that that frag is yours. Shipping is $65 for total purchases under 350 bucks. If you purchase more than 350 bucks, then you get the free shipping. And if, like I said, if you paid for shipping and you didn't think you were going to go above 350, but you ended up going above it, I'll refund your money. I talked about sale prices being good through Sunday, December 10th. So whatever is left over after tonight will remain on sale. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that in a couple of past live sales, I think we solved this problem the last October live sale. What you got to make sure you do is clear your browser cache to make sure that you see the latest frags pop up. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you want to make sure that you're seeing all the latest frags that are being shown on YouTube, and just take a moment now to clear your browser cache. It's different for each browser. So for Safari and Firefox and Chrome, it's all different processes in terms of clearing that browser cache. So if anybody has any questions, drop them in the chat, and we'll start very, very soon. Dark Xerox, my first live sale. Cool. Yeah, we got some good stuff. Some more Tyree Purple Monster frags. Ooh. Yeah. All right. No questions? No comments? Let's just check one more thing here. I'll be ready to rock and roll. All right. So, let's get this party started. And the first frag we got up for sale. One of the most popular frags I have is a Tyree Blue Matrix, and it's a blue coral. So a lot of there's not a lot of blue corals out there. Love the Oregon Blue Tort, which we'll have a couple of frags in this live, so you can see the Oregon Blue Tour right next to the Tyree Blue Matrix. But that's a 1-inch Tyree Blue Matrix frag, and it's always got really good polyp extension. You can kind of see how hairy it is right there in terms of the mother colony. So very popular among my customers, the Tyree Blue Matrix. Speaking of Tyree, Steve Tyree, Tyree Lime in the Sky. This is a nice little chunky frag of this staghorn. It's got the, it sort of looks like a green slimer, maybe not as brilliant green, but it's got kind of like those faint baby blue tips on it. And I've talked about this before, but I just love staghorns. And this is a multi-branch frag, 1 1/4 inch long. There's a picture of the mother colony a while ago. Grows pretty well for me. So I like to always have different colors in my reef tank. And some people stay away from green for some reason. I don't know. You gotta have the full spectrum in there. Purple Slimer. Super purple, another staghorn. So yeah, you get Tyree. What a perfect combination. Tyree Lime in the Sky and a purple Slimer. You got a green stag, a purple stag. That's pretty friggin' cool. It's that's a pretty big frag, 1 1/2 inches tall. Grows fast. Gotta have some Slimer. It's a mother colony in the 187-gallon tank. Ah, Kryptonite tenuous. Kryptonite tenuous. This is actually a frag I got a long time ago from my friend Dong. So those that tuned in on Tuesday night, Dongzo from Acro Garden. I've gotten a number of frags from Dong, and this was one of them. So it's just really super bright green. Grows aggressive for me, and can take a lot. It's very durable, tenuous. You can see that's a picture of the mother colony in my peninsula tank. Really cool, tenuous. Next up, we got Mr. Pauletta's Pink Tip. Pretty nice, chunky little frag. This is just a gorgeous coral. Just love that pinkish, purplish tip with the green polyps. Really cool coral, and it grows pretty dense in terms of the branches. Mine kind of like looks like a little softball. So it's a really neat coral, and you know I've got mine under kind of like full spectrum lighting under the LEDs. You can see that's the mother colony top down, right next to Worldwide Corals Blueberry Fields, which is also a really cool acro. Next up is a Reef Raft Unknown Pink Millie. Love pink millies. This will develop a little greenish cream hue near the base. As you can see, this one, the green kind of takes a little time to develop. It's tabled out for me. Steve Tyree still around, Dave? Yes, he is. Trying to get him on the show. Yeah, so that's like a tabling pink milling. I guess it just depends in terms of the kind of flow that you got going on in your tank and whether or not it'll table out for you. So I do have a lot of flow in my peninsula tank. Worldwide Corals Cookie Monster, which I believe is a Sarmentosa. So it has got these very kind of dark green branches, and it's gonna, you'll see the mother colony kind of a pinkish pinkish tips right there, almost like neon pink. What would you call that? Violet. Reef Keeper. Saw him in a frag swap not long ago. Yeah, that's cool. Love the Cookie Monster. Love the Cookie Monster. Talked about the Oregon Blue Tort. In my top 2 favorites. Besides the Tyree Purple Monster. Super bright blue. I don't know any other coral that's that blue. So, if you got a lot of heavy blue lights, then maybe that's not the right coral for that tank. So, well, I don't know. I've said it before, but I always have to have an Oregon Blue Tort in every one of my display tanks. Just gotta have it. It's a centerpiece coral. A centerpiece coral. And now my number 1 favorite coral, the Tyree Purple Monster. This one is a 1/2 inch tall frag, and it's rare, folks. Super, super rare. It is a super slow grower, and I'll say it, like I said the last live sale, experts only. This is experts only because it's such a slow grower that it takes a long time for this thing to grow into a little colony like what you're seeing right there, which is my mini colony. So a lot of things could happen over a long period of time. So it's an experts only type of coral. I strongly recommend, if you have a new tank and you're an expert, don't put it in your new tank. And if you're kind of new to the hobby, don't pick up that coral. ACI Manila Spy. And talk about growing like a weed. This thing is crazy. Crazy fast growing coral. Jake Adams, I think, brought this into the U.S. through Dubai. I got to find out the story from Chris Meckley again. He told it to me, but I've forgotten about it. So I'm going to have him on the live stream in a couple of weeks. But just like a cherry red, orange coral. A little delicate. Got to be careful with it. Got to be a little careful with it. Rob, that Purple Monster colony is at least 5 years old. No, maybe 4 years old or something. It's crazy how slow it grows. Tub Stiletta Montipora. Easy to keep coral, branching Montipora. Purple skin, bright green polyps. I don't have the mother colony in that's coming up in my display tank anymore because it's just, my corals were growing, it was growing so fast that I pulled it. So it'll encrust, it'll branch out. As you can see, a little branches shooting there. Really cool. An ACI Toxic Arachnopora. Neon greenish yellow. Acquired this directly from Mr. Meckley. And it's another coral that will grow pretty fast when it's happy. And par wise, I have, I think probably it's best in the 200 maybe to 250 range. Doesn't need that much light, so 250 might even be too much for that. But it'll catch the eye. It's so bright. Next, we've got the North Stars Pink Clathrata frag. This is a tabling acro. It's a bright pink. And mine just did a lot of encrusting, and then it just started really shooting out. So I think it was laying that big base so it could throw out, wide branches there. Well, it's like it's got dense branches, but you can just see it's super pink. Corallites and polyps. Next, another classic. PC Rainbow. I picked this frag up a while ago, a few years ago from Dong, and it depends for me at least in terms of where it is in the tank. But sometimes it's all red, pink, whatever you want to call it. I guess red, and then sometimes it develops like that greenish, yellowish coloration near the base of the branches. So that true rainbow of colors. But not always. It just depends on where it's at. I think the higher the par, the less you might see the full rainbow of colors, at least in my experience. Next, we got the Mystic Sunset Monty. I've got a few Monties that I just have on the bottom of my peninsula tank. It's a bare bottom tank. They grow fast, and they just cover the glass in the bottom. They cover some of the rocks. It's gentle. It doesn't bother the acros when it gets up on the rocks and goes around the base of the corals. So I like it because it adds a nice splash of color to the bottom of my peninsula tank. And if you got a bare bottom tank, that's something to think about. It's a nice space filler, so it's pretty cool in that regard. Just takes up a lot of nice real estate though. Walt Disney, classic, rainbow tenuous, and this one's a well encrusted frag, 1 inch tall. So one of your classic rainbow tenuous out there. One of my favorite rainbow tenuous, besides the home wrecker and the Jackson's rainbow tenuous, which will be both of those will be coming up soon. There's the mother colony of the Walt Disney. You can just kind of see a bunch of different colors: pinks, yellows, greens. Look at those neon polyps. So this is a first for me in terms of offering this up for sale. I got this again from Chris Meckley a couple of years ago, I think it was, and he calls it the ACI Crimson. He actually lost his mother colony a little while ago, so I sent him a frag of my colony, and he was definitely stoked to have that coral back in his possession. So you'll see the mother colony right there. It's just tables right out. Beautiful pink acro with the kind of pinkish, yellowish polyps and pink corallites and branches. Quite a stunner. And the first time I'm offering it up for sale. As is the case for this Unique Corals Original Strawberry Shortcake. This was the original Strawberry Shortcake that Unique Corals brought to Magna 2009, I think it was. Or is it 8? If anybody knows the correct answer to that, I think it might have been 9. Maybe it was 8. So I used to sell this many, many years ago, but I almost lost my colony. No, I did lose my mother colony, but I acquired another frag and grew it out in the peninsula tank. You can see the mother right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous strawberry shortcake. It's the one that kind of started the whole strawberry shortcake craze. Cherry bomb. Really cool red tenuous, which you don't see a lot of those red tenuous around out there. So it's a Gorgeous red polyps, pink coral lights. Really neat coral. Yeah, dark Xerox, who knows? I have to ask Sonny the next time I have him on the show. Homewrecker. Jason Fox homewrecker. How big is this homewrecker? It's an inch tall, this homewrecker is. And yeah, you could there's a lot going on there. Got the pink tips, orange, not orange. There might be some orange in there. Green branches. It grows fast for me. It grows fast for me. So, you know, I could say that, like, if you picked up the homewrecker frag, I know it's pricey, but if you pick it up and you take care of it, then, you know, you can frag it yourself in a year or whatnot and make back your money. So, it's a worthwhile investment, I guess is what I'm trying to say. TSA Princess Peach. Yes, PC stands for Pro Corals. Princess Peach is like a really, really red coral. You can kind of see, and it's got some pink in there, but look at those red polyps on that thing. This thing is just striking. You'll see the mother colony. Look at that thing. That thing just rocks. A lot of red and a lot of pink in there, and this is another like eye-catching coral. This is another first-time offering that I have in the live sale here. It's not even on my website. I'm calling this the ReefBum's Champagne Pink Table. So it's a pink table, but if you look closely, it's got like these yellow polyps, and really quite the contrast in colors when you see the mother colony, which is coming up real soon. Gorgeous table. It took a while for this thing to develop for me, but there it is on top of my my orange cap, so you can kind of see the yellow polyps in there within the pink. It's sitting next to the TSA Princess Peach too, but yeah, so this is like the only frag I've ever offered up for sale. Milka Stylo. This can be a centerpiece coral. This is a just look how purple that thing is, and just the polyps are electric. And when you see a mother colony from the distance, it just grabs your attention. And it's not that expensive. I mean, Milka Stylos are not, it's not that an expensive coral. This one happens to be 2 inches tall. That's why it's a little more expensive than you might expect, because it's a chunky frag. And speaking of chunky frags, that's a chunky Jackson's Rainbow tenuous right there. It's 1 inches tall, but it's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 branches that are sprouting out of it. So that's a pretty nice head start for that coral. And this is another tenuous that grows pretty well for me. So if you've had success with your SPS and your acros and what have you, and you're doing well, then this thing should acclimate itself very nicely and start taking off. That's a picture of the mother colony. I don't know, Rich, man. I can't recall if I got this from. I think I got this from Mike, not from you directly. You're the one that started the whole rainbow tenuous craze, right? Tyree Icefire Echinata. Such a cool, unique coral. Got the cream colored branches, the blue. Well, cream color is more in the base of the corals, which is what you're going to see in the mother colony. But it's got the blue tips. You don't see the contrast as well in a frag as you will in the mother colony right there. So you can kind of see the cream color in the base of those branches. Really neat. And a very popular coral when I have it up for sale among my customers. This is such a unique coral, the Seaquarium unknown. You know, it's got the video doesn't do this justice. The video doesn't do this coral justice. It's got like that yellow coloration, but you can't see the purplish bluish tips in this coral. But it's also got a very unique growth form. So it's unlike any coral that I have in any of my systems. And I did send Jake Adams a frag of this thing because he was just so you know, into the shape of this coral. And it's a classic too. The TSA Fruity Pebbles could be one of the reddest tables I've ever seen. I've got it at the bottom of my peninsula tank, my mother colony. And so down in the bottom of the peninsula tank, it's probably getting around 300 par or something, and it thrives. You know, it's just it thrives, and that's chunky frag, a 1 1/4 inch multi-branch coral. Gotten a lot bigger than that. That's for sure. That's a problem I've gotten with a lot of overgrowth. Another Steve Tyree coral, which was all the rage back when it first came out, the Tyree Red Dragon. Now it's a, you know, it's all over the place. It just grows really, really fast. But it's another coral that I like to have in my tanks because it's just got that solid coloration. It's just red, pink, whatever, however you want to describe it. I guess it's more, I think it's more pink than red. But probably depends on the lighting that you got it under. I've had this coral for years. It's very hardy for me, even though it's a smooth skin. Very hardy. Another classic rainbow tenuous, the Sexy Corals Orange Passion. Old school, big, chunky 1 1/4 inch multi-branch frag. I think it's the only frag of the Orange Passion that I have in the live sale. So yeah. And if anybody's kind of joining right now in progress, the links to shop for the live sale are in the top of the chat. I've pinned the rules and the link for shopping, so you could just go actually also to the WYSIWYG section of my website, and that's where all the live sale rags are popping up. This is another piece I got from Dong years ago. Dong was like, I don't know what the name of this thing is. You can call it whatever you want. So I called it the ReefBum Gold Medal Millie. It's got these really neat yellow coral lights. Got those kind of brownish, reddish brown polyps, and it also develops like these lime green or yellowish tips. It's almost like some blue in there too. Really cool Millie. Another ACI toxic and arachnopora. Big chunky frag. This one only an inch tall. That might be a typo on my part, but it's got multi branches across, so it's a very wide frag. But you know, again, this is something that if you want to do the whole contrast in colors and have different parts of the rainbow in your reef tank, then this is something definitely you want to consider. All right, we're getting close to the halfway point. Like I talked about before, we only have 71 frags in this live sale, so it's a sort of an abbreviated live sale. But I think I got some quality stuff in here. Another PC rainbow frag. Grows at a good clip. So you got the red there. You got like some yellow from the toxic and acropora. You got blue from the Oregon blue tort, purple monster, purple slimer. Kind of see a theme here, folks, right? I'm into the solid colors. And got some more. And Milka Stylo is another solid colored acro. This is the only frag of this I have in the live sale at Rocky Mountain Frags Break Out Your Wallet Millie. It's a really cool red Millie, pinkish Millie, and you can see it's got the greenish highlights near the base of the branches. You know, again, I think in the lower par areas it will develop the green. That's the mother colony in the peninsula tank. Another solid colored coral is the orange Setosa. This one I have in the bottom of my reef tanks, and it's grown its way up the rock work. It's gentle, so it's not bothering any other acros that I have on the rock, but it's also spreading on the bottom of my bare bottom tank, which is really cool. So there's a lot of orange going on, spreading down on the glass of my bottom of my tank. So you can see right there. Got another Milka Stylo frag. Yeah, you know, if you have a young tank or you're somewhat new to the hobby, then any Stylophora is a really good coral to start with to see if you have any success. So you got the Milka Stylo. There's a lot of cool green Stylophoras out there, which I don't have in my collection at this point. So yeah, you know, stick with Stylophoras, Bontoporas, branching, encrusting, cupping. If you're new to the hobby and want to kind of get into the SPS, that's a good way to start doing that. Yeah, Jackson, that's why I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Like any orders that get placed tonight or through Sunday, which is when the live sale extends until you know, my goal is to ship all orders next Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So if you can't take delivery next week, then I probably recommend not buying any frags because it's going to be tough for me to hold them after the through the holidays. ACI Light Bright, acquired directly from Mr. Meckley at ACI. Sort of looks like a Jason Fox flame, but it's got more of the yellow tips, not only in the tips of the corals, but on the edge of the coral lights there, as you can see. BC Poor Man's Battle Stag. I got this directly from Adam at Battle Corals. And it came in as kind of like, he called it the Poor Man's Battle Stag. It's really super bright purple. Really nice color on this coral. I don't know what type of acro it is. But you can see there's a top-down shot in my 187-gallon tank. I like this a lot. I really do. I almost lost the colony a few years ago, and I saved a little frag, and it grew back. Don't you love it when that happens? TSA Bill Murray. If you're looking for a tabling acro that grows fast, and you know you get a frag of this, you got to make sure that you're putting it in a place where it's going to be able to spread its wings, because it's going to seriously encroach on anything that's too close to it. So yeah, the TSA Bill Murray, it's kind of like an orangey red table, as you can see right there. That's the mother colony when it was very young. It's a lot bigger now. A lot bigger. What's happening there, Scott? Orange cap. I've mentioned this before in my live sales. I actually picked this up as a grafted worldwide corals cap, and the green never spread. So I've got this gigantic orange cap colony in my peninsula tank, and I'm calling it an orange cap, and the price reflects just an orange cap. Maybe the green will develop in frags down the road. I don't know, but that's the origin of this coral. Might have got it from Jason Fox. Probably got it from Jason Fox. This is another, you know, very hardy coral. It's a really cool digitata, the ATL Forest Fire Digi. So it's got the bright orange polyps with some very cool contrasting green tip branches. So again, if you're looking to kind of find all parts of the color spectrum, this is a good one to include, and it's a hardy, good beginner coral. Yeah, that's a good thing to mention there, Jackson. Is if anybody is ordering corals and they're near a UPS customer center, then that's the best thing to do, is find one nearby. I have one 45 minutes away, and I go 45 minutes. I'll drive 45 minutes to pick up a coral. You hold it for pickup, and it doesn't have to bounce around on a delivery truck, so it saves that extra. You know, it doesn't get that additional stress. Plus, it'll get to you typically sooner, which is good. So this time of the year with the holidays upon us, that's always a very good idea to have it delivered to a UPS customer center and have it held for pickup. This piece I got from Dong years ago, and he thought it was an ORA pearlberry, but it was not. It's got that pearlescent coloration, but it started to table out for me, and it was more green. But I love tables, and you know the pearlescent coloration of the tips is a nice kind of contrast. You can kind of see right there. So it's a cool piece. It's a cool tabling acro. I do have one more Tyree Purple Monster frag in the live sale. And you know when that's going to come up? At the end. This is the only Vivid's Confetti frag I have in the live sale. Fully encrusted. Classic, old school Vivid's Confetti. Big one, 1.5 inches tall. That's the mother colony. Can't recall where I got that from. This is one of my favorites, the ATL strawberry field. So it's another classic SPS coral. It's you know, green, but it's got those pink tips. So kind of a similar color theme as the Worldwide Coral's Cookie Monster, but it's tables. So this one tables out, as you can see right there. So look at that rich green color. The polyps are just super green, and you get the pink tips that will develop at the right there at the see at the edge of the coral. Jason Fox Sunday Driver. Guess this is another rainbow tenuous. Can it be called a rainbow tenuous? Yeah, I think it is a rainbow. It's got a lot of pink. You can see the tips of the coral lights right there. This is another, I think, highly sought after tenuous that Jason Fox brought in. Look at that cool. You can see the cool pink at the tips of some of those branches down below there. It's got some green in there. Some really neat contrasts are happening. Well, if you're into millies, this blue millie is a one that people ask me about all the time, and it's the only one I've got in my live sale. The Palmer's blue millie. It's gorgeous. It really is. You know, it's got kind of like the bluish polyps, and the coral lights right there almost look purplish a little bit. So it depends on the kind of lighting in terms of what you'll actually see. But right there, there's a top down in the peninsula tank. So you can really see that blue standing out, but it's also kind of got some of the purple that you could see in those coral lights. So much sought after, a classic piece that's been around for a long time. You just don't see blue millies, that many blue millies around. Another classic, the ORA Hawkins, a smooth skin coral. When it's happy, it will grow fast. Smooth skins can be a little sensitive. It doesn't need a lot of light, I find. I think 200 par is certainly good. That's a but up blasted with light too, so it can kind of like handle higher light if need be. But that would be one I would probably put down the lower half of the reef tank, assuming that you've got around 200 par in the bottom part of that tank. Another coral I got from Chris Meckley at ACI, the ACI Emerald Forest. It's an encrusting Montipora, bright green. So you can get one of those, have it encrust on the rock work or the bottom of your bare bottom tank. Do the same thing with the Setosa and some of the other encrusting Montes. I got a couple more encrusting Montes coming up in the sale here momentarily. Yeah, NSB Reefs, you're not alone. I think you're talking about the Palmers. That's a that can be a tricky coral. Nice, Dark Xerox. You scored the Palmers. This is another Montipora, branching Montipora, the Jason Fox Midnight Dynamite. It's kind of got the same color scheme as a Tub Stiletto Montipora, but it's got really unique growth form. You know, this branching Monty. So it's I got this through Chris Meckley, and like any Monty, it can grow fast, and it's grown fast for me. Another Tyree blue matrix frag. How big is this one? This is a 3/4 inch frag. So again, blue, great polyp extension. Does well in a different lighting scenarios for me. But I would probably hit it with 250 to 300 par. That would be my recommendation. Look at those polyps dancing in the current. This is a very, very chunky frag of the Oregon blue tort. This one's 1.5 inches tall. So that's the bigger of the two Oregon blue tort frags that I have in the live sale, and we only got 20 more, about 20 more to go. We're hitting, we're gonna get up to 71 frags here in this live sale. So yeah, it like I talked about at the beginning of the show, the plan is to ship all these orders out next week to avoid the craziness of the holidays leading up to Christmas. So that is what I'm planning to do. Another Jason Fox homewrecker frag, 1.25 inches. And like I talked about before, folks, if you purchase under $350 worth of frags, then you're going to need to pay the $65 in terms of shipping. But if you go over $350, then the shipping is for free. If you overpay for shipping, don't worry about it. I will refund you the money. That'll happen tomorrow when I take a look at all the orders, and I will be in touch with everybody that ordered tonight. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. If certain frags are not sold tonight, they will remain on sale through Sunday, December 10th. And here is a another encrusting Monty, classic Superman Montipora. This is another one that I have encrusting across the entire bottom of my Peninsula tank. Blue Reef, do I have any Jake M's favorite SPS? I've got one of the Toxic Florida that's not ready to be fragged yet, but it's growing fast. I've got a couple of Jake corals. I got his Crystal Experiment. Almost lost that coral, but I was able to frag a little 3/4 inch piece. So growing that back out. Blue Boy table. It's a very unique tabling acropora. It's got that baby blue coloration, and you can kind of see, if you look closely, you can see these orange polyps on it. So I've never seen like a blue table like that. You'll see the mother colony. And it's unique. Very unique. In terms of that growth form, which is something that Jake was like always into in terms of the growth forms of these corals. You know, it didn't necessarily have to be colorful, but if it had a unique growth or shape, that's kind of what caught his eye. But you know, listen, different strokes for different folks. Another Stylophora. This is a stunning Jason Fox bug out stylo. Rainbow of colors. I think it's also there's a couple of names for this coral out there. Might be Rainbow Stylophora is another one, but I believe I got this from Jason Fox himself. Maybe not. Top down shot of it. It's kind of like that neon baby blue polyps. A stunner. Ah, the homewrecker Rob. This is a very unique coral. I haven't had frags of this available for a while. the Reef Nation purple Taraki. So I haven't seen too many purple Tarakis around, and I guess this piece was introduced into the hobby a while ago, so maybe it's considered a classic, I think. But you know, Tarakis and enchinadas, they have kind of the same shape, growth form, and often get confused, I think, in terms of the idea of the actual coral. But yeah, that's a cool one. BC Joker 2.0. You know, if this classifies as a tricolor coral, I don't know if it would or not, but I got this piece from Dong too. And if it actually is a tricolor, it's probably my favorite tricolor coral. It's deep purple branches and like that neon yellow, greenish tips. And that's pretty, you can see it right there. Like bang, look at that. When I had Sanjay over my house, he was drawn right to that coral. Because it's a gorgeous looking coral. And of course I gave him a frag of it. This is another first timer in that I've offered up on a live sale. Never had it on my website. It's the Reef Raft Canada Rainbow Table. This was another frag that took a long time to develop for me, but now that it's gotten happy, it really is growing pretty well. It has some kind of greenish tints. You can vaguely see that at the bottom of this coral. This thing's getting a lot of par, probably like 350 to 400 par. So maybe if there was less, if it was getting less par, more of the rainbow coloration would develop. I don't know. I don't know whether or not that's true with all of these kind of rainbow type of corals. Whether the more par they get, the less the rainbow coloration comes out or not. In terms of like when I was talking about the PC rainbow. Just a theory of mine, but be curious to see if anybody else has a similar thought on that. Another classic, the Upscale's Microcladus coral. Look at those purple polyps against those lime, neon green branches. Pretty amazing coral. And one that I've had in my collection for a long time. Because I like it that much. Did you ever get Purple Monster? Oh, sure, Blue Reef. We got one coming up. Another TSA Bill Murray frag. Actually, is this the, yeah, this is the second one I got on the live sale here. And 1 1/4 inches tall, multi-branch, fast growing, tabling, reddish, pinkish, orangey coloration. Love tables, love millies, love reds, love pinks. So there you go. Got another Tyree Red Dragon frag. 1 1/4 inches tall. Purple Monster from before is still in stock, Blue Reef. Oh, you talking about the Purple Monster that they're selling online? I don't think that's a true Purple Monster. If that's what you're talking about. I've seen that picture. Doesn't look like a true Tyree Purple Monster to me. If that's what you're talking about, Dark Zero X. Such a cool tricolor coral, the Worldwide Corals Blueberry Fields. This is really quite chunky. 1 3/4 inches tall, fully encrusted. You can see the bright green polyps, the purple tips, and you'll see that in the mother colony coming up, how much that purple stands out with the green polyps right there. Blueberry fields, another really cool looking tricolor. Another Tyree Icefire Echinata. For a while, I didn't have this coral in stock because when I rebooted my 187-gallon tank, I took out the mother colony and didn't want to disturb it too much by fragging it. So I didn't really have frags available for sale for a long time, but last few months I've had them for sale. There's the mother colony of the Tyree Icefire Echinata. Less par for that. 200 to 250 is good amount of light for that. I've had success with that both under LEDs and halides. Another Hawkins frag. Yeah, when you see these things under, you know, from top down or from a distance or whatever, this is another coral that really stands out. You know, like stability. If there's a lot of, you know, sudden changes in parameters, it's going to be a little pissed off, and you might see some RTN or STN on that coral. But by and large, for me, it's been pretty hardy. I should say very hardy for me. Another worldwide corals, Cookie Monster. We're getting close, folks. We're getting close to the end. Sarmentosa. Takes a while for the pink violet tips to develop on these frags, so you can kind of see this frag is encrusting on the frag plug. But you know, it takes a while, like any coral, any frag. It'll take a little while for the thing to get settled in and happy and get used to your tank. But you know, when it does, when everything's kind of clicking, it's gorgeous, gorgeous coral. Another purple slimer. Does the same exact thing as the Green Valley Slimer. You touch it, pull it out of the water, whatever, you're gonna get slimed. And but it's a gorgeous staghorn. Yeah, I don't have any Green Valley Slimer because that thing just grew like crazy fast for me, and I was like, I vowed never to get another Green Valley Slimer. But you know, if you got a Green Valley Slimer, it would be nice to kind of pair it with the purple Slimer. Yeah, Leo, there's a couple links in the top in terms of this live sale rules, and a link on how to buy. Pinned at the top of the live stream there. Another Jason Fox Midnight Dynamite. Branching Montipora. Hardy. Good for those that have a newer reef tank or kind of like getting into SPS. Good little tester frag. Not terribly expensive. And it's gorgeous. Really is. Another kryptonite tenuous. The one I got from Dong. Yeah, this coral seems to I think Dong has done a really good job of spreading this coral around the greater Boston area. I think I've seen this a lot. But beautiful, bright green, as you can see with that mother colony. Which one are you talking about, Atkins Nature Aquariums? Hydrophora, which one? I don't have any hydrophora, I don't believe. Another Walt Disney frag, fully encrusted. And how big is that one? That's a 1 inch tall. Starting, you can kind of see some branches kind of developing on that Walt Disney. You know, it's another frag that does well. You grow it up. It's a little pricey, but in no time you can start fragging and make your money back. All right, 2 more frags. Big chunky reef raft unknown pink millie frag, 1 1/4 inches tall, multi-branch, fully encrusted past the frag plug. You can kind of see the green in this one developing near the base. So it's tabling out for me in my peninsula tank, which I think is a result of all the flow that I've got, all the circulation I've got in the peninsula tank. And yeah, like I said, I dig pink millies, and the fact that it's tabled out for me is just a bonus. And last but not least, a multi-branch Tyree Purple Monster frag, 3/4 inches tall. And again, this is experts only. If you've had success with SPS, your SPS and your tank are doing really well, then this rare gem is a fine addition to your collection. But it's super slow grower. It takes a long time to grow up. And I think Rob had asked about the mother colony right there. It's bigger now, but that's taken me years to grow out to that size. So yeah, you don't see a lot of true Tyree Purple Monster frags out there in the marketplace for sale, and that's because it just grows so frickin' slow. And that's it, folks. That's the live sale. So let me again talk about the shipping and all that stuff. So if you made all these if you made purchases during the live sale and they're under $350, and you're going to have to pay $65 for shipping. And if you paid more than $65 for shipping, you paid multiple shipping, shipping for multiple times and whatnot, I'll refund your money for that. Don't worry about it. I'll do that tomorrow when I'm able to sort through all the different orders. But if you get over $350 and you still paid for shipping, I'll refund your money. And like I talked about a couple of times, given the holidays, I really want to ship out all orders for tonight, next week. And anything that wasn't sold tonight that's on the WYSIWYG section of the website will still remain on sale until Sunday, December 10th. So you can still add to your orders if you want to. Just click on adding to an order and you won't have to pay for shipping again. So yes, what else do I need to say? We also talked about shipping to a UPS customer center. If you can do that, that would be awesome. It's just less stress for the frags, and typically the frags will get there a lot quicker. It's just one less step. Instead of having to get the box loaded onto a UPS truck and get bounced around one more time, it can go to a UPS customer center, just mark it, hold for pickup. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. And I can provide some advice on that. Dark Xerox, is there a surefire way to tell the tort is an Oregon versus a Cali tort? I'm guessing yours are lineage. Yeah, the surefire way is like, I have never seen an Oregon tort that is just not completely solid blue. The Cali torts that are out there, you know, they're more purplish than the Oregon tort, and you will sometimes see a hint of green near the base of the branches, the base of the coral on the Cali tort. The Oregon tort, all the Oregon torts that I've ever had in my collection are, I mean, and you don't even need lineage on an Oregon tort. You know, as soon as you see an Oregon tort, that is the original Oregon tort. And you'll know what I'm talking about if you were actually looking at an Oregon tort versus a Cali tort. Or Miyagi tort. I think some people also confuse, or maybe not confuse, but Miyagi tort and a Cali tort can kind of look the same. Even I think Jake's Immortal tort will look similar to those other torts out there. But to me, there's nothing better than an Oregon blue tort. So that's going to be a wrap, folks. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and if you bought corals, thank you so much. I will be in touch tomorrow to arrange a specific ship date, and we'll make good in terms of all the shipping stuff, in terms of the price you paid for shipping, or if you need to pay for shipping. We'll get all that stuff figured out. So have a awesome evening, and I'll be in touch tomorrow with the folks that bought stuff. And the next live stream I got going on is next Tuesday with Mr. Paletta and Mr. Sanjay Yoshi, so that should be a good one. So all right, folks, until then, we'll see you